Why hello there, welcome back to another live stream here on the twitch.tv/the Xisuma, and if you're watching on the second channel, the beginning of this one will be a little bit of can't talk. I can't talk! It'll be a little bit of a announcement as to what we're going to be doing here, like in this stream and in general for the series. First of all, bananas in chat from Hero Blender, Bear and Armored Monkey, thank you so much. Lets me know that we're live on the twitch.tv/the Xisuma. I'm going to grab a log, because we are going to make a log yard. And I want to plot out an area. Now, so for all of us playing here on the server, we kind of want to perhaps limit what we're doing in this little area now. There's a bunch of plots everywhere. There's a good sized area. Garth shared a map with me from like up above, and you can see everything. In fact, I don't think it's a screenshot. It's no, it's like a world map view, right? Anyway, the area's progressing really nicely, but it's going to have its limitations in terms of size. So what we want to do is kind of like wrap up where all of these plots are. So I'll whiz around and sort of talk roughly about where the borders are. I'm sort of flying across the edge of this area. So over here, this will be a part of the build. But maybe we don't expand into this space here. We kind of keep things, you know, these plots need doing, this little build needs finishing up, and then this space over here. So we'll try and like contain the area that we've given ourselves in which to develop this area now. So as I go over into this space, there's nothing going on here, and we're not going to put down... Oh, there is something going on over here. Oh, wow. Someone's built a vault of some sort. Oh, and that is definitely... Oh! No, I might break something. I still don't have my camera count tools on here. I think it's just the entrance to something. So yeah, we're gonna sort of be like containing the area that we got here now, so we're not going to be expanding in that area, and the idea is to focus on getting what we've got sort of finished sooner than later, because you could just you know, it's Minecraft, you can build forever. So all of this area here is going to be sort of the edge of this space. I believe this building's getting moved on top of this stuff, so the border is going to sort of come just across here. Doesn't mean people can't expand in the future if they want to and stuff, but we kind of want to get this to like a settled sort of finished and complete feeling, and then be able to move to the next thing. And what I want to do is hold like a group meeting where we all get together, everyone brings some ideas, maybe we thought a little bit about the theme in advance, and then rather than just being like a sporadic, chaotic thing to jump into, we'll go into the new area off in this direction with some plans. So this crazy landscape right here, I mean, we can plan to put bridges across, right? With train tracks. We can have train tracks that go all the way up there. We can have a build style in mind. We can just plan and work as a group so much more. And then we'll jump into the next one with everyone having an idea of what they're like going to be contributing. So we've done like a spontaneous idea on how to do this, and then we'll do a structured idea on how to expand. And I imagine the structured one will probably be A, more successful, and B, probably what we'll end up doing in the future more and more. Oggy the Poggy says, is it a public server? It's not, it's whitelisted. If you're interested in joining, xisumavoid.com/get whitelisted, and that gives you the details on how to join. So what I'm going to do today, let's go to Walt, is I'm going to build like a lumber yard. And then I think this is the material for a road. So we've already got a road here. We're going to have like a small, narrow road with a path alongside it, connecting these two bits. Then the road sort of ends here. So I think what it will probably actually do is go along this direction. Right, so it can become over here. It can like link up with the entrance to this spot. So that's a part of like something that needs doing. And then this is also just going to connect to the entrance to the lumberyard. So the lumberyard is going to, guess what, rub right up against this thing, and I'm going to take inspiration from it. I think it'll look good because Like, it'll be right next door to this build. So, where I've laid down these blocks is going to be where our lumberyard is, right? So all of this, right? Let's put a few more of those actually. All of this right here is going to be part of the lumberyard. Yeah, you can really sort of see it now, right? We're going to build a lumberyard there. The roads are going to connect and sort of unify more of this space. Then all of this right here becomes essentially like a back area, or like the back of the town for now. And the roads will connect from the lumberyard up to here. Aha. So we're going to build a lumber factory, and this is going to be the spot. So I think what I want to start by doing is creating a bit of a yard feeling over here, which we might be able to achieve with, is it this block here? This is really nice. Let's actually fly back over to the yard and take some inspiration from there too. So yeah, that's my plan for today. We're going to get those two projects going. That being said, oh, this is, okay, that's that material, right. Might end up using a bit of that. I didn't actually explain what the other thing I'm going to do is, funny enough. Oh, Spy's working on something. Okay. The other thing I'm going to do is then build the lumber factory in here, and that's where we start to use the create mod to animate things. This might take me like more than one stream, and that's obviously perfectly fine. We're just going to, today, enjoy the building process hanging out together. That's sort of the plan. Just going to look for some materials. I think maybe using a few more vanilla blocks here and there is kind of nice. But speaking of that, oak would be good. Let's get rid of all of this stuff. Have a look at those vanilla pallets. This little thing right here never works for me. I always just don't click right when I'm doing this for some reason. Achilles Blade, you're sick. Oh, sorry to hear it, my dude. I hope you get better soon. A little bit of mud might not go amiss in this area. I liked that block from earlier. I'm not sure if we're going to use that. I want something to help us build this fence. Got some decaf coffee here. I'm picturing something kind of dark. Okay, so we won't perfectly align it, because a lack of perfection is good sometimes. That looks kind of cool, right? And then it's easy to put this stuff on top. You can even double this up, put something on top, makes it look like a proper fence, doesn't it? So that kind of works perfectly fine if you ask me. But then there's also the possibility of using some of this too. What's it like if we put that on top of this? Is it a bit... Oh, I kind of feel like ditch that and do this. Maybe then you get what you're looking for. Right, and then down at this level... That feels a little bit more robust. And this also means, if we come over here, we can probably mix in a little spruce and a little birch on occasion. As for these connecting bits here, we could technically do something a little different there, but I think what might work best is to just... are we not using... I don't think we're going to use that. Just do a little bit of that here. This one... Oh, it's that type of tuft. Okay, so come to this block. Not quite. Wow, there's a big hole there. Don't tell anyone. Yeah, do that, and now that's quite a nice little connection. That feels like a good start. I had 3 cups of coffee today, and they did nothing. Lack of sleep can't be fixed with caffeine, says Curls. Exercise. If you're feeling, you know, it's counterintuitive. If you're feeling like lethargic, lack of sleep, you know, go for a good walk. It'll wake you up. Can't use a wrench to stop them connecting. Possibly. That's a feature I don't know about. Laksh says, what you building? Someone's turned up late. Oh, I just explained everything we're doing today. We're building... Sort of building 2 lumber yards, I guess. Hey, look. Let me grab those 2 materials too. They might make a cool little connection. Or one that sort of reminds you of what's already been built. That's kind of cool. Now I like the idea of having a worker's entrance. And we did that before. Can that be worked in to this little pallet? It's possible. Let's ditch the netherite and mud for the minute so we can go pick up these things. I definitely want more spaces on this hotbar, right? Don't we all want that? Kinda looks alright. I think I like that a little bit better. Will that connect to one of these? Huh. Erroneously connects. And then does that, which looks really odd. Ah, and then you get that odd connection again. Yes, as this thing goes up, this design works way better with something that's basically flat, doesn't it? But we will try, we will try. Try to make it work. Just gonna throw in a few discolored panels, yeah. Thinking actually this just doesn't feel necessary. Is kind of the vibe I'm picking up there. But here maybe have one of them. Maybe put one of those over there too. Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it right there. It's looking all right. If I do that, then it can connect, right? So this bit will just sort of go around the corner, I think. To the next bit where we want to raise it up. Very simple idea. And then you got that going on. Yeah, I think we're off to a good start. I think we've got the right idea. Icepick is here for 18 months. Say nothing at in stone, but could there be a create added to Hermitcraft? Everyone else seems to enjoy it. In my opinion, I enjoy Hermitcraft for what it is and the spin-offs for what they are. Great question. Also, we had a new Patreon, by the way, Jeff Baldwin signing up. Thank you so much, Jeff. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoy playing on the server. Icepick, I think the problem is that if you extend Hermitcraft itself to something that is Hermitcraft modded or something else, it reduces the amount of people in the group playing. There's always going to be some that don't want to actually do that, and therefore I don't think we're going to be able to do like a Hermitcraft create season. I'd definitely love to float the idea and discuss it. But I think there's always a concern of, like, if you do that, then do we go back to vanilla again? Like, you know, what Hermitcraft is what makes it sort of successful and work. Oh, this is some really good decaf. We used to do modded stuff more often in the past. It's weird, like I think as the standards for episodes have changed, it's harder to play in multiple survival worlds basically, but it wasn't something you wouldn't see at one point in time. Icefix says maybe like modded stuff in the past. Yeah. That's what I'm getting at, like, it's not the past anymore, is it? Like, the standards are different. So we'll go one higher here. So about there. And then get our good old fence in again. Is that as high as we're going? I think don't we normally go one higher? I think maybe it's a bit much actually to go that whole one block higher, so we'll come back here and just simplify that a bit. Right, bring all of that across, then put this through here. And what do you know? So like another little entrance there, that looks fine. I don't want to put too many of those down, but that would probably be a good spot for one. And then I don't think I'm going to actually build too much more of this, because it looks like we've got something else coming right up. But this road here is like really wide, so I think I'm going to continue pushing this out. And then bring it to where it's sort of in line with that. Now that's going to be really on the low side, isn't it? Oh yeah, that doesn't work. This has got to go an extra block at least. That's the way we're going to do it. Right, so bunch of this stuff. Then this stuff. As we do, and then that stuff. Stuff. Putting all the stuff in today. Right, so the next thing I'm going to do, since we're not going to place another iron door, we're going to come in here and use this lovely trick. It really is all about that mouse sensitivity right there. It really is. But look at that, that's just such a great way to switch those blocks over, right? There was somewhere else I wanted to do this. Ooh. Yeah, so now they don't like touch and connect, which is pretty cool. Wonder what happens if you do something like that. I tell you what, it kind of helps break it up a little bit. I think I might just leave those in, just because it's slightly breaking it up, and you know, why not? Yeah, so that's our lumberyard sort of bit defined, right? It's going to be all of this space. Still got to do a little bit of that over here. Not quite sure how that looks. Guess maybe with this here it's not really necessary, but I like the idea of having something that unifies, sort of ties together what we did over there with this side a little bit. Maybe actually just put that in. I'm trying to bring back the basalt again. And then put some of these behind it, perhaps. It's soft, it's subtle, but it's wooden. I'm going to put some lanterns right on top of those. I think they'll look right at home. One aspect of the vanilla server I like is actually how the season is being influenced by the actual game updates. Like, Hermitcraft is so intertwined with vanilla Minecraft that every change of the game affects it. Yeah, we would lose that if we switched to modded, right? Like, you wouldn't have that anymore. It'd be gone. It'd be gone. With so many pieces on the crate mod, it seems very intimidating. How hard is it to get a grasp on it? It's easy. You just got to start with the basic, which is the shaft, right? And learning how to generate power. Like, just watch a tutorial and get started. Don't think about everything in the mod. Just think about learning one thing, because once you learn how to twist the shaft and hook it up to something, you can do a lot with the mod with just that mechanic. I'm very intrigued, but it scares me, is doing complex redstone, says Icepick. It's not like complex redstone. It's more like a little bit of real-world physics, like mechanics, engineering, and then a lot of power play as a result of that. Like a lot of like the complex redstone stuff in Minecraft is like wiring. Create doesn't feel like wiring a lot, at least in my experience. You know what? Like, if there's this road connecting these things together, like, where do the trucks actually? I haven't thought about that. Like, the trucks need a place to. Maybe this bit here should be like a big entrance, sort of carved a bit different. Oh, that's where your big old trucks come in, right? Don't know about those materials. Don't know what's going to go under that. Yeah, that feels like a truck's going to come through there, right? Maybe it's a little bit on the low side, like we do this. So that's your truck entrance, sort of figured out. Bit of an afterthought. This is another thing with like building and telling stories, because we've flown into this. There hasn't, like, these aren't really roads. They're more like paths, right? Like, you do not look at these and think that this is where vehicles go over. But hey, you know, Industrial Revolution, maybe there's a lot more horse and carriage, and you can imagine it that way. So yeah, right, so that's that bit. And this is going to be the lumber yard, or sorry, like the unloading yard. Over there is going to be the actual lumber yard. I think I'd like to take what we did behind us and try and use it over here again. What we might even do is just sort of use this as like the neighbouring plot. So we'll keep this design, and then we can come over here, and perhaps just there, like start to build our own lumberyard walling system of some sort. And on this side, I don't think we need to be as aggressive with the height. But we'll copy the same philosophy again, yeah. So let's go build this wall. I think this will be much easier now, because we know what we're doing. Might put basalt under it again. Just need to grab the variants. I know we already had that one. And then what was it? Basalt all the way down here at the bottom. Can't wait for 1.19.3 and that rearranging of the creative inventory. Dang, I mean, they did such a good job with that. Maybe there are Ravager drawn carriages, says Rabbit Turtle. Dang, I mean, if you really wanted to go all out, you could totally do that. That would be pretty amazing. Yeah, I really like the contrast, actually, there. We'll have our next pillar there, then. Bit of rough area going on. Might be a smart idea to always put like the darker colour at the bottom and put some lighter birch up top. Just might say a little something without saying much, if you just consistently do that. Cool. And then we seem to have lost this block. Hey, we got a noise in the ear. What could it be here? It's Dark Followers Vow. Dark Followers Vow. Jeez, I got there in the end. 8 months of support. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I really wish create features were in vanilla Minecraft, says Sir Gemin. If they were, it wouldn't be vanilla Minecraft, would it? Gotta have that balance. These are like too high, I think. We're just gonna knock it down like that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So a lot of what's in this space is just gonna get transformed and changed, of course. Might even just give myself a little bit of a grass block here, just for some shapely changing of things around the back. Yeah, we'll go for it this way. So we got some cheers and we got some biddies. Who could it be? I'm frantically building. Cheese Steak Jimmy's, thank you so much for the cheers and biddies. Saying, are you going to press the Beefs button now that you've found your way back through the rift? I pressed it today, my friend. I pressed it today. I really enjoyed visiting Beef's project over there. It's seriously cool. Seriously cool. And he was telling me how he polls his community to help him decide like the name of cards and stuff. So that was super cool. Like, not the cards, I think just the names of attack and stuff. So that was awesome to learn about. So like now I know why you know, because that's the way it operates over there. Right, so at this spot, bringing this all through again, we'll go, just leave it too tall there. And then something's got to change just here. Right, that's looking okay, isn't it? I think that is. Yeah, gonna make ourselves a nice old yard to unload the lumber on in this spot. I love the texturing you're doing on the fences, says Dark Followers Vow. Thank you, thank you. I was just thinking, it's gonna get repetitive, right? Like, you need to break it up a little bit here and there. Like we mentioned doing that in the other area, and it doesn't have to line up like it's deliberately odd, air quotes. So down here, let's go for it like this. Got another noise in the ear. It's Cheesesteak Jimmy again, gifting a sub. Thank you for the biddies, my dude, and thank you for gifting a sub. Shaked Cods, you gotta say thanks in the chat for the gifted sub. Appreciate you doing that, Jimmy. Thank you. Icepick says, I took a lot of One of Scar streams, mentioned that instead of granite, you make purpose of the block you place. Like, if a water drips down a wall, how do you make that spot shine and ruined? Yeah, putting thought into everything you do is important. I've also learned this from Scar. And Iskau as well taught me a few things. Like, if we go over here and just look at these roads, like, there is a problem with them, and it's that they're just random, right? So the way that you should really do it is cluster things and create rules for different blocks. So if you put your darker shades towards the middle more often, then you would naturally sort of see that and understand, like, it tells a bit more of a story about the pathing. You know, we went from, like, just slapping down tons of plain blocks to mixing them up, and now you got to mix them up with some kind of thought behind it. It's crazy how much this game just evolves with time. Right, so I think we'll put one of those there. Bring this behind this bush bit. Have another one about here. Cool, let's get these made up. I think they're going to be the same height, aren't they? Although that one might be a bit higher. So yeah, like we've put a bit of thought into this by putting the darker shades nearer the bottom, and it'll be very subtle. But if it were all just random, it would kind of look noisy and random. Whereas now it's going to look a little bit more intentful, or like it's actually the color gradient has a bit more meaning to it. Okay, let's go ahead. Do all of this. I'm going to put that there. Break it up again. So yeah, now it's got a bit of like rough and tumble to it, right? Also, I do think a lot of this basalt will get covered up, but we'll come back to that later. I just want to put in the border for now, and then we're probably going to go inside the factory. I feel like that's the next thing to do. So yeah, this will be one higher. And this will be one higher again. Let's get a few of these spots in. And sometimes, you know, just deliberately leave out the little rules that you have. Like, maybe we're not going to put any of those iron bar drops in here because we've done a few of those. And a lot of what we've done is keeping the bits in the middle the same height. I think I might change that up a little bit too. Although it makes the iron bars look messed up, which is kind of why we've done that. Right, in which case we're going to do this. And go along at this height. And then we've got to start going that way. Another one there. I remember Season 4 to now, Hermitcraft, says Dark Follows Val. Cool, you've been around for a while then. That's over 5 years, dang. God, where do they go, eh? Where do the years go? What is he doing, says Maturus. I am building our log yard. Oh, we went up by 2 blocks there? Maybe I could have just kept the fence a little bit smaller. Again, break the... I literally talked about this a moment ago. You create these little rules, but give them breaks every now and then. Because too much of that, like, conformity, let's say, just sort of spells itself over the area. Like, why is it a little bit lower over here than over there? Well, just, you know, it kind of happens to be, right? Like, see this big drop we got here? Maybe could have... Oh yeah, it looks awkward when you do that, unfortunately. Anyway, their ideas. You create rules just to break them, says Curls of Doom. Yeah, there you go. Remember to break your rules too, otherwise the rules will become a little too obvious here and there. It's all a balancing act. But you get the idea. So then we'll go to about here. I think we'll get them quite close together now. Just because, you know, we've got all of this here, so it starts to get a little different. Apparently this thing's supposed to go all the way over there. Dang. Yeah, I guess I want my entrance to be from... Oh, right. Am I going to do a diagonal entrance? Something big like this. Let's go to there. Big old entrance. I feel like it needs to be one smaller. Okay, now we can see where all the blocks are. Or at least where they need to go, right? And then we'll build all of this up. We've got a highlighted message from Lucaro say, Matarus says, which mod has all those building blocks? These ones? Decorative blocks. Let's go like that. So, are we going to stick it at that height there? No, I think we'll go one lower here. Just to be awkward and do things different. Aha, look at that. So yeah, this one ain't even... Are we going to leave it like that? No, we'll make that one higher. Yeah, keeping it nice and low around here, I guess. Just because that's what it is in this area. And with that, we've put in all of the wall. So now we know the perimeter of the area. Technically, I'm supposed to have another wall there. I'm supposed to have another entrance here, aren't I? So, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that'll be that bit. Then let's change this. Change it up a bit. And have a connection like that. Maybe it should be out by one in front. See, now that we got more at the bottom here, we're gonna have like more of it come up to the next level. So you got more of that darkness down the bottom there. Then this level, the occasional couple of these, looking all right. And then our iron bars across the top. Little cap on the top of it, and we're good. Yeah, this feels a bit odd because of all that. And there we go. Are you using, what am I looking at for the UI of the top or another mod? I can't remember the name of it. Whalia was the one we used to use in modded. It's not Whalia, I know that. I think I'll go ahead and do something quite bold and different here. So what we'll do is get a lot of this stuff down the bottom. Yeah, this might not look that good. Or it might just look fine. That's actually pretty cool, I think. So we'll keep that. And then all along here, nice straight line. So because of that, we're going to go every 3. Just leave a gap of 3 each time. And then at the end here... Does it even connect over here? Look, I left a gap. Unfinished. Gap of 2. Yeah, let's make all of these just too high and have it like super low. actually, yeah, no, that works. That works. We'll do that all the way across, pretty much. And there's a gap of 4. Let's leave it. Let's just have one bit that's slightly odd. You know, when they were building this, they just made a bit of the old measurement mistake, right? I reckon something like that really does, like, break it up in your mind. The repetition, even if you don't really see it, like, it's still there. Okay, so at this level, I'm going to have just a few of these. The rest can be those. Then put these on top. And that, my friends, will be one lumberyard ready for construction on another day. We can put big piles of wood in there. Obviously, we've got like loads of different types of wood to put around the place. Maybe build a crane or something. Oh yeah, this elevated road here looks a bit odd, right? So there's going to be a bit of a slope there, and then I feel like you need something a bit metallic. I think I know a block. Maybe get away with some of this. Oh no, it's a bit bright. Maybe the brass one. Now, it looks too much like that one is the problem. Let's go for that. And then let's grab our iron bars, which seem to have gone. Don't know if that really sells it or not. Like, maybe it needs to all be higher. And then there's also whatever goes into this area. Maybe just like that all the way around. Good work. Maybe it won't, maybe it will. I don't know. Some of this will be a bit covered up, though. Anyway, there's room for a road through here. I kind of like the idea of it having a bit of like a sub-level feeling. Like, what if, what have we got here? Slabs. There are like some arches coming over, and on this side it's like a pillar connecting to it. It's possible, but I think it will probably be a bit on the lame side. Anyway, lumberyard is ready for another day now. Alright. So talking about that like edge of the world perimeter earlier in the oh, there's now a big green line wall. I think that's going to be a train track, maybe, that Garth's planned. So that's like who's doing this? Oh, maybe not Garth then. Well, hopefully they're listening and they understand that we're like putting an edge on the whole thing. But yeah, there you go. That's around the back of there then. And goes all the way over here. All the way over there. Yeah, it looks like someone's using the train track as like a way to define the border, so that works. That'll work just wonderfully. Is this new? I feel like maybe some of this orange wall here is a little bit new. We got villagers just actually hanging out on these blocks. And they've been renamed to Garth. Well, that one has. And Joel. Very cool. Oh, this got moved on top of the redstone. I'm supposed to do something with this at some point. Garth, if you could throw some instructions onto my other screen, that would be awesome. This dock here, I think, is new. Yeah, last time I looked, this area here weren't developed. Wow. Oh, I like the use of the chains as well. That's cool. Dang. I just, like, people are on and playing, and I kind of want to see what's happening while we're playing too. It's very exciting. NX Supper says, yes, I'm listening. Awesome. Okay, cool. Cool. I'll leave it in your hands. I'll leave it in your capable hands. So next we head into this area. I think the first thing we'll do is just throw up some simple structures on the inside. Try not to overcomplicate anything in here because, in fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. You know what? I was going to give myself night vision, but actually, that's like thatch roof, isn't it? No, is it a liquid? Don't know what that was. was going to say, like, give myself night vision, but actually we probably want to take advantage of the light levels in here, right? They're going to be a part of the build too. Cuplex put a song on an organ inside the building, right-click the lectern in front of the organ and press W. That is something we can do. Should we go do that for a minute? Excuse me. It's hay, says Curls of Doom. What, this hay? Vanilla hay? Hey, hey, hey. I don't think it is. Also, I don't know what the scaffolding is for. Oh, to the sewer. Oh, someone's building the sewer. Oh, oh, dang! Oh, dang, look at that. That's gorgeous. Wow. Oh, now you need, like, mossy mud bricks? But dang, we got a sewer connecting things together now. That's amazing. That's possibly what the scaffolding is about, then. Really like that idea. That's super cool. It's like a multi-level build now. We've got some building going on here too. Oh, so cool to see stuff come together. We were going to go do the Cuplex thing. The Cuplex thing. The Cuplex thing. Speaking of the bear, here he is right there. Okay, go inside the building, right-click the lectern in front of the organ and press W. Okay. Here we are. Right-click. W. Oh, wow. Wait, now I'm afraid to press any other button. Like, can I back away? Okay, I can't. Oh my goodness me! It's actually an organ! Oh, this is amazing right now. And I can't move for fear of activating the lectern and breaking something. Can I press shift? No, I can't press shift. Can I press right click again? Oh, hopefully it keeps playing. It's actually a steam whistle. It was built for this. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, what a beautiful piece of music too. Is it me or is there like soft percussion too? Oh, and the animation's cool on the particle effects. It's a gloomy kind of song, isn't it? Oh, and then it ends. I love it. That was so cool. I think this bit at the back is decorative. This is the whistle. I wonder how you set the note. There's probably a way. Looking at how this works, I immediately think I could possibly oh no, maybe it's not that easy. Like, so below there's some redstone, and I'm gonna guess it's like a note sequencer, right? Yeah, so you're gonna have like redstone going in. But look at this, it's got custom tick delays set up. This was really well synchronized. Like, usually when you do music stuff over a server, it gets out of sync. That was it me, or was that perfectly synced? So when it hits this block, it goes to the notes that it wants to play. Yeah, this is really, really awesome. I don't know if I'd have the patience to do this or not, but what I could do, maybe, is grab, like, a bit of a song that I've written and then bring it into Minecraft. Which, by the way, Curls, it just occurred to me. So, okay, communicating top secret stuff with our friend, our mutual friend, let's say. I realised that when that's done, I can use that music in my time-lapse, right? Great way to show what's going on. I could then maybe take one of those and bring it into Minecraft with something like that, right? Cuplex, that was absolutely amazing and really inspiring. You know how much I love the music, and that was just so awesome. Thank you for building that. Luxor Artist says, the programming of that music is insane. I wonder where the actual music is pulled from. Yeah, so basically, I'm going to guess what Cuplex did here. Let's say we guess it's not an original composition. Even if it was, you would be getting the notes together, right? And then the music was structured with a nice pace. Like, some music has more notes in a bar. And if you had more notes to deal with, the redstone would get more complex. But essentially, you're passing a signal through at a steady sequence pace. That's like your tempo, and each time the redstone reaches that next segment where we saw it branch out, that's when it tells the notes to be played using the wireless redstone. So you could easily get a MIDI of a song, like a popular song, isolate the instrument with the main melody, let's say, and if you know how to read music, then you can see where the notes are, like, in relation to one another. So if you take a very simple piece of music where every next note is just on the next beat, then you can quite easily do something like that. Like, these things like might look crazy, but like if you just learn some skills related to music and whatnot, like they're a bit more accessible than you might think. But one thing I've learned is that all of our brains, our minds, they all work differently. We have different strengths and weaknesses, and sometimes people just don't like see things the way you will. So I've had to do some collaborative work of late where it's just clear that I see things different from this other person, and it makes it kind of like tricky to work and figure out how to explain. So if you're like in any way musically minded, you'll probably find bringing... Oh, do I actually want to do that? It might mess up how it looks on the outside. You might find that bringing something musically minded into Minecraft is like easy for you, but if you're not, it might just be like a can of worms or something. Anyway, I'm trying to sort of explain how it's possible, because you know, if you've had a little bit of experience with music, it might be something you can actually access and do yourself. Look at this. I'm glad I spotted this, because this tells us that, you know, we need a floor level around here. We need to start probably thinking about materials, like, pretty much straight away. This is going to be fun and exciting, though, because in my mind, I was picturing, like, using a fair bit of oak and having support struts and things where you can go walk around and stuff. So, rocky dirt, eh? That looks like a terrible texture. That's a pretty rotten texture. Not gonna be polite there. Just gonna say it how it is. Would chandeliers look good in here? Be a bit weird. Like, I think it might work. So let's use this space over here for our building blocks. So we want to have... Oops. Dang it. Thank goodness they added middle click for that, right? We essentially want to have wood as a sort of key component in here. Bit of classic kind of vibes, right? Maybe mixed with a little spruce. Those trapdoors are so versatile. So yeah, some oak. Stripped logs would look great too. So that'll be one component, right? We're going to have wood everywhere. The next component is going to be create. So we know we're going to have shafts. Then we're going to want casing around them. So we should probably make a choice of casing, like, that contrasts nice. See, that's going to entice me to use spruce. Maybe in here we go for brass. I think copper might only be for a different type of material altogether. So that entices me to use dark wood. There's a nice contrast. The brass around the edge kind of mixes them together. These will go in with the stone of those things. So the kind of contraptions we're going to end up using, belts will be a part of this, and then some basic like item dropping and item picking up stuff. So just got to think about what I think chutes might get used. Possibly a turntable. A lot of these are a bit sprucey, aren't they? Tunnels, right? And funnel. Tunnels and funnels. Still haven't got our belt together. Ooh, and a bell. There's also a bell. Yeah, so that's going to be like an aesthetic component. Yeah, it's not going to let me just put these anywhere. Aha. So like these are other blocks that are going to add to the look. Yeah, it feels to me like maybe using both casings in here makes sense, as it just ties more of the create stuff together. Now for ladders, a bit too bright. What are we going to use in here that might end up being a little bit more decorative? I'm just wondering. This might make a really nice structural block. Oh yeah, we'll find places to use that. Be nice if that sat back against the block. We are just looking for like blocks that tell stories visually. Oh, I've got to at some point learn how to use the Nixie tube. A brown toolbox. I mean, that's got to be laying around in a place like this, right? Right, down here at the materials. Don't think we're using much of that. Display board. Creative crate. That might actually look kind of cool. I don't know. Content observer. Train observer. Don't want to use too many of the blocks that, like, have other functions. Flywheels, cogs, like they can be a part of things here and there. Like we'll probably have one of those floating about somewhere. That's a bit too purpley. Display board's kind of cool. Yeah, it's got a different texture on either side though. Alright, I was kind of hoping to see something more. I think what I'm missing is this. Metal girders. Have we used metal girders? I thought they were called... Yeah, we've used those. I thought they were called steel girders. The bracket won't be placed on top of it unless there's one of these. So we've got to remember that those are going to look good too. Yeah, and that'll attach nicely to our wooden stuff. So you're sort of seeing the palette right there. Like some dark metals, shiny brass, and then two types of wood. The spruce and the oak. I think it might be smart, therefore, to introduce a few more blocks. Probably on the spruce front. I think these. Try and use different ones than we've used on the oak. Yeah, that's what we're going to use with those materials, okay? Actually, with that one, I think what we should do is use the dark stuff, right? Take him to the dark side. Yeah, then it will sort of complement that a little bit and distinguish the glass. So that's what we're looking to build, a sort of framework using this. Now, in terms of structure, we kind of want to tone off the structure of all this. I reckon what we're going to end up doing is having like a lower area down here and then like belts that take items like out the back here. Look pretty cool. And then like a bunch of functional stuff going on down at this level. So this material is probably going to feature heavily on the inside too, in various spots, right? You can kind of see how like we can just continue this line and give a little structure, like maybe these are some walkways at some point. Yeah, we're definitely going to be able to do some cool stuff with this. Should probably be using World Edit. I mentioned that the other day. Anytime you're placing blocks, it's probably easier to place them with World Edit. Is that really the bottom there? Okay, yep. Yeah, that gives us a nice sort of starting spot. I think I'm just going to fill this in all the way across. Same on the other side. I think you can make a Nixie tube clock using the cuckoo clock block. That could be a cool addition. For now, I kind of want to focus on not getting too lost into anything unfamiliar, let's say. Right, so what's going to break this up and make it look nice is a little bit of depth. Oh yeah, we haven't sussed out what the floor material is going to be yet. That was another big thing. So, like, what's the floor made out of? Because you can get away with that. On a large scale, you might need to mix it in with a few other things. And I'm definitely going to have, like, a multi-level thing, but we're going to do it with, like, wooden walkways and pillars and stuff. You should first decide what this factory is pretending to make, says Cuplex. It's going to process wood, so, like, it's going to be... Oh, this is... Okay, I needed to think it through a little bit more, but it's going to be, like, logs in and other things out. So the log yard brings over the wood and drops it off, and then also in this area we make things with the wood and then we take it back out. So I'm hoping to like show that for a bunch of stuff going on here. So I reckon what we might end up doing is having this as like a higher up unloading bay. Maybe even use some of this space too, and then have it go across in this upper area. I can certainly see how I want to bring things together. Right, I think I need to do a little bit of weld edit and just put in some roofs here and there, so... Just tidy up some loose edges. Look, we still got some of this stuff lying around. You see, now might be a good time for some night vision, because I do kind of need to see where I'm placing the blocks to some extent. Is that what I want to do? That's not actually what I wanted to do there. Yeah, and then that one comes across like that. And then we'd have this one here. Right, so finally time to actually get to grips with the weld edit. Oh wait, what am I? I'm looking for an axe, right? A wooden axe, keep it simple. And then... Now for a ceiling material, I just instantly think of spruce wood. I don't think I want to put the blue stuff in on the inside again. Or maybe this? What is this? Ochrum? Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, it's going to go to here. Bit on the bright side, isn't it? Bit on the bright side. Maybe this stuff, scoria. What I'd really like it to do is just to go to where those bits are. I think I might just leave it like that. Let's mix it up with some cut. Is that not what it is? What's this stuff? Cut. It is cut scoria. What did I do wrong? Did I forget to do that? Yeah, I did. I did. Noise in the ear. It's Olav Vloss here for 18 months. Thank you, Mud Dude, for your continued support. It is appreciate. Appreciate. I'm going to bring in a block that isn't a part of our palette here. Yeah, thank you so much, my dude. Appreciate it. Small details. Remember, we're really sort of focusing on a lot of other stuff here, right? Notice how the light sort of comes through the wall there. And speaking of light fixtures, we were going to try our hands at chandeliers. Now, chandeliers hang, and this block, like, it's weird because, well, let's see what it looks like with a chain above it. It sort of doesn't look connected. Like, this block just needs something through the middle. Like, it's really missing that, like a chain texture, because then everything's kind of floaty as a result, right? Also, it might be wise to use this stuff higher up so it's not as bright. What other lighting sources could we have up here? Maybe just some soft, subtle glow lighting, right? I'm glad they added that in. Then again, it's very obvious that it's there and emitting light. Maybe I won't worry about the light. Maybe we'll put lights on the platform that we're going to build at this level here. That sounds way smarter. Yeah, and I think we might... You know, I'm sort of tempted to come in here and make sense of the structure all the way over. But maybe it's just good if we get go in right about now. Or, I think I might actually translate what we've done with this roof a little further along. Here we don't have much control over the depth. Let's have a look. So let's say we put in a whole bunch of slabs across here, then we can do something with the rest of the space maybe. Looks odd, but we can keep it. And then these blocks are actually not necessary. Alright, okay. Get rid of those then. So somewhere around here we missed something. Is it me, or is this like one block lower than all of that? Because I kind of want to recreate what we did over here. In fact, I think we can possibly. It all just gets messy around here, doesn't it? Because then it's not aligned with that. And then it's going to look weird here. We can make that look much better. Let's just do that. So if we copy and paste that across, maybe just ignore this for now. That could possibly work. And then where do I put my head? Like directly under? It's always a bit weird doing this stuff, so we'd want one there. I guess it's working so far, and we're probably not really going to look up and care too much for the roof, so I think we'll just roll with this, otherwise we'll be doing stuff forever, right? Is that stuff visible? It is. Okay, then that comes to there, then over here. Yeah, we'll worry about tidying all of that up later. So now what we want to do is come up to this space and do like we did earlier. Which is that stuff. And then we worry about the lighting at another time. Good, good, good. And with this done, we will be free to not worry so much about it. That being said, look at this. I have kind of missed something, I guess. Let's go ahead and cover all of that up. I'm going to have to use the night vision for a minute. Woo, there we go. Now we know what we're doing. So yeah, we don't really want to shine a lot of light up here. It's just, we've cleaned it up. We've given it a roof. And it just sort of ties things off, really. I'm also now thinking that we can come here, perhaps use this just around this space. We've got a message over here, a highlighted message. Mon, PJC, the one, the only. Good evening, Mr. X. How are you? If there was something from Create you could have in the normal game, what would it be? Probably... don't know, because Create is a different game to vanilla. It's adding in a different, like, sense of mechanics. So there isn't particularly one thing. I think the only thing I would probably pick would be something aesthetic, like a block that has a really nice aesthetic appeal. I do think, though, some of it's like display blocks, you know, those little letters, they're really nice. I don't think they're done the way vanilla would be done, but I do think something that vanilla lacks is a go-between from, like, you have building letters in the game with full blocks, then you have slabs and stairs, then you have banners, you can use maps for text, and then you can put text on a sign. It feels like there's like one or two steps where some sort of intermediary would be really good, like having a letter block. Or like, you can do it with mob heads if you use custom skins and stuff, so each one can have a letter on it. But yeah, it feels like that's something Minecraft's missing, just a way to project letters a little easier. If you do that though, you do take away from the fun of using the blocks already in the game, right? And making letter shapes and stuff, but that's just kind of how it goes a lot of the time. Right, I feel like you'd have a border at the back here for sure. Oh, we haven't put a lot of metal into this yet. I was just thinking you could have like metal girders here, but probably best to not actually do that. So in terms of what we're building here looking like structural and stuff, that's what I'm trying to get out of it at the moment. Just the sense that it's like structurally sound when you look at it, without having to think about it. Actually, I think I'll just do that. Uh-oh, uh-oh! Breaking all the wrong blocks now. Hey, Cheesesteak Jimmy, thank you for gifting more subs. How very kind of you, thank you. Retro Cantata, Cyan Frogs, Jawmonger Door, Unblockable, Epic Randomness, y'all been gifted subs. Be sure to say thanks in that chat. Appreciate you supporting our community with those gifted subs, my dude. Very kind of you. I think you'd probably have one here if this was all structural too, right? Same in this corner. So yeah, now it's really sort of telling that tale a bit more, right, when you look around. I am aware that we're using the old night vision, don't worry. Oh, look at that, I can do that there, that's kind of cool. Maybe even fill it in all the way back here. That window's now a little awkwardly placed back there, but that's fine. We might even just cover it up a little bit with some other stuff at some point. So yeah, that's looking very sound all over the place now. We've tidied that up real nice, to the point where I don't think there's too much work to be done on that front. Let's now perhaps focus at the ground floor level. This is going to end up being like an unloading bay for sure. Oh, that's a good point. There's also this bit here. So maybe we actually keep the height higher up here. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'll think about it in a minute. Because what I need you to do right now is hit that follow button. It's something to do. Oh, let's adjust that desk. While the desk is moving, I need to nip to the loo. I need to nip to the loo. My bladder, it's no good. It needs emptying. Oh dear, this imperfect human body that we all have. Oh, right, let's press the right buttons, and I'll be right back, peeps. Don't go anywhere. Right, so I am back, people. I am back. Get a bucket, says Becca. Oh, that's disgusting. But that would also be kind of genius. But definitely disgusting. I would never do such a thing. Now, why do you make that noise? Barely touched it. Hey, check out my music on Spotify, Soulside Eclipse. If you haven't done so already, be sure to go and give it a listen sometime. Alright. Alright, I'm here, peeps. I was hydrating, I was drinking water. I should probably drink a bit more too. What's happened here? Oh, I'm back. Oh, what's this? Time to build the last item on the town hall to-do list. The to-do list used to be somewhere around here. And it's now over here. This must be the town hall. Statue of Cuplex. Brilliant. Where is it then, Cuplex? Where is it? It better fit the theme. Remember, we're trying to build something for everyone here. You know, I say something for everyone, I mean a cohesive thing. An industrial town, let's say. Dang, just flying over here and having these blocks around just kind of all of a sudden made it look more lively, even though they're kind of not actually doing anything weird. Right, so we've now got a loading area down here and up there, which I hadn't really contended for. I like the idea of this being a little bit raised and having some things that take the items off of it, so we can probably live with that. Definitely got to use the old world edit around here again, I think. Yeah, that was necessary. Oh, the other thing is, this can be like a floor with pillars underneath, and we can have a bit of a basement area. I like that idea so much. I think I'm going to try and implement it right now. This is limestone. Can I do this correctly? Create limestone. Hey, did it right, did it right. Okay, so then we want to get rid of some of this. Remember, it's always easier with world edit. There's some of these smaller little bits, just punch it out yourself, really. Yeah, look at that. So what I'm thinking is we'll have like a limestone floor and then build up a different floor material in here on top of it. Because as we get further down, this is going to be like a roof. And I'm not sure how much of this space I'm going to use, but it's like there if we need it sort of thing. Right, so that's more, what I've just done there is more so for the area down below, just in case it ain't clear. Let's go ahead and like... it's currently underneath all of that land. I'm not sure if it's the same dealio over here. I think it might just be, we'll soon find out. There's a lot of grey wall around here. I wonder who did that. It was definitely me. I think the answer's no on this front, basically. So we'll keep it slim on that side. Here's what I really like the idea of doing, though. Like having these pillars. Maybe just having them come out a little further. Really tying home that structural feel again, right? And then further in here, let's say every... Well, we could... Can we line it up with something? Maybe line it up with that? Line it up with that one. Have it go back by 3. Okay, and then just stack, I don't know, 7. There you go. That looks pretty cool. I think I might leave it there. Might be able to get away with that. Anyway, lots of space for lots of details, lots of structural stuff going on, right? I'm half wondering if we want this thing to loop round there, but we won't for now. So what's the story again? Let's say we leave that one closed. We were going to have like in and out. Whereas now I'm thinking this might end up being a bit of like a shop area just here. In which case we might have a wall that sort of separates it. So our unloading can focus more on the side over here. So we'll have like a truck. Oh, that reminds me. If anyone on the server is good at building vehicles and wants to chip in, like, I would appreciate the help immensely. Let's go grab some wool. Here's kind of what I was thinking, like, I think too big. You'd probably have it, like, reversed in, right? Yeah, that just about fits. So, like, this thing will probably have a couple of wheels at the back, a couple of wheels at the front, big old truck. Then you'll have, like, a front truck compartment. You got to think about the height and the scale of stuff, right? And then at the back, there'll be a little bit of a gap somewhere here, I imagine. Yeah, if someone could convert that into a truck, that would be amazing. This bit would usually be a bit higher too, but like it's very... This thing ain't very tall, is it? Maybe it's like an open thing, right? Like... And you just got a bunch of materials in it. Right, so the logs come in that way, so this thing can't have logs in it. This thing has goods in it. This is not unloading, this is loading. So logs come in, and then we'll send them sort of across and around through this space, right? And then they go down, and then they get loaded on here. So this is where I'm just going to start to visualize a little bit with some belts. Now, I'm not sure if this was ever hooked up to a pallet. It was, but it's not the one with the shaft. It should definitely have the shaft in it. Okay, so if we come over here, we're talking about... What's that? 1, 2, 3 over here. This belt can go to there, then we can extend it. Does it work like that? It doesn't work like that, does it? You have to put them next to each other. There you go. So yeah, some sort of like unloading system. That probably means we're going to have belts. Let's say like here. We'll probably need multiple vehicles to tell this story. Like there, and then look over there, and you got another one that's going to get unloaded around here. Then we bring them across this way. We definitely want to invoke a little bit of height here and there. So maybe around here it goes up. So that will require a double. 3, 4, like up to here. Oh, it goes there. Anyway, these are just visual cues, right? Like, so you're starting to get the idea. Then we can like drop it into some sort of processing facility that will then take it across to another thing. And that thing maybe goes up again, or like at a diagonal. And then over here, have something that comes out. Right, we had a noise in the ear. It's Yeetus Diabetes here with the Prime. Thank you so much for your Prime subscription, my dude. Appreciate you using that on me. Hope you're enjoying the stream. So yeah, then that's going to need to like drop down to this level again. I don't know exactly how this plays out, but we've got to get it all the way across here. Nope, too far. And then it can go like down into this space, I guess. It'll be the next bit. Okay, so right above the entrance. That's an interesting challenge. Yeah, and then could even go like around here, right? Because we've got this thing going on. And yeah, I'm not going to build it all, but you get the idea, right? So we want a bunch of gizmos and contraptions, and then we build a bunch of like framework and stuff to hold it all together too. You seeing the vision a little bit more now, chat? I never thought I'd find just watching someone build this enjoyable, says Dr. Phil Tyler. Oh, thank you. I'm glad it's enjoyable. That's cool. That's awesome. These, by the way, these do not look wide enough for a truck to come through at all, do they? I think they need some serious reworking. Like, the area down there for a slim truck was 5, and this has got 2.5. So, probably need to get rid of that. And that. And then maybe just shift this over by 1. That's pretty much what that one is for now. And this one, the idea was for it to just be open. Ooh, look, see, there's so little room to make that kind of feel real. Might just have to settle for that, basically, like a slimmer one and a wider one. You know, it doesn't always have to be perfect, this stuff. It doesn't have to, like, line up and actually fit. You can use your imagination a bit, you know. So this might be a good spot for some loading stuff, but... Right, I think what we need to do next is, like, unify our factory floor a little bit. And then start to build. I was unable to decide, like, what materials that I wanted at the factory floor, which is kind of annoying. So this stuff is the cut andesite bricks. So we're going to go set, create, cut andesite bricks. Then the create again. Get a bit of that going. So that'll be that material. Right, and then what we got here? Cut tough. So we can put in like regular tough, but I think maybe polished. And then what else? What else mixes with that well? What else have they been using? Maybe regular andesite? I don't know. Trucks could always be loaded outside with more conveyors inside, says Becca. I wish you'd have said that a minute ago. Because that will probably be way nicer looking here at the entrance, wouldn't it? Let's try that. It also occurs to me that I've put this stuff in and it really needs to, like... The idea is for it to go up a block. Anyway, let's select... Yeah. Can't quite get the shaft, can I? So the idea would be that we have like a bunch of belts like this. What am I doing there? Here. And then I guess like you got like a parking spot for the truck out here, right? And it comes on a little further. Yeah, this is doable. This is totally doable. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll actually maybe I'll just keep this as is. Like it's not really a big deal. But I do feel like this limestone floor, like there's going to be like an elevation of material here, and then that can have these things on top of them. I'm not sure if I'm going to animate all of them as well, right? Like, not having everything animated is not a terrible idea. Because then it's just always animated. I guess having them, like, turn on and off on a clock could be cool too. So yeah, we've got that going on. Right, so now we've got to do the floor. Factory floor. Yeah, it was the tough ones. Which I kind of feel like we could have come up with better floor material, but it'll fit. Now I think they're polished. Yeah, look at that. Polished cut. Tough. That one. They don't make it easy. They don't make it easy. Oh yeah, we like to use this one more commonly down here, I remember us deciding. Because it's a bit of a darker texture. Looking pretty good, isn't it? Now what I do know we're going to do with that is put in one particular block. It's been there in my mind's eye the entire time. In fact, now I realise there's 2 blocks we're going to put in here. Where's the other one? Yeah, some of that. So like... a couple of ladders here and there too. And then, you know, don't keep it one shape. That block will look good. A couple of those. It's kind of alright, doesn't it? Kind of built for purpose type stuff. I've still got the night vision on. I've got to remember to turn that off at some point. For now, though, we're going to crack on with it. I'm just wondering if some semblance of something like that around here could be good. See, that don't really look right. Like, that don't look like a material that's the pillar, really. I don't know, maybe it works when it's like that. So then we'll come over here. Oh, I've lost the material again. I'm always like middle clicking on stuff that like I use and replacing it. The truck looks amazing, says Becca. Thank you so much, it's a work of art. It's a true work of art. Get rid of that funky orange stuff too. Right, so let's say we go every 3. It's starting to feel like way right now. Kind of feels like you'd have a lighting fixture. Oh yeah, you would. I wonder if we can use these 2 together. Ooh, that's nice. Ooh, that's really nice, and you know it. Yeah, good lighting so far. Trust me, this will be well lit, but we're just keeping it subtle for the beginning. There it is. Right. Let's get our world edit axe into the action. Right, we kind of decided over here would be more of a wall. So for now, let's just say we keep it like this. Again, oh, where's my work? Why am I middle clicking the wrong stuff all the time? Like, I'm not using those right now, am I? Now we can see what space we're working with on this side. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of this stepping down. But now maybe just some of that. Oh, that's never. How about that? And what was the floor material? So we might change the floor height just around here, I'm thinking. Okay, so I'm going to have that thing in memory somewhere. Uh-huh. There you go. Yeah, definitely probably makes more sense to pick... actually, maybe, like, the equivalent of that over here. Wow, that didn't work. I thought the sensitivity, dang. It really is the thing that needs to be fixed with that. Let's grab that one. Maybe over on this side we like stack this up too. Something I hadn't thought of. Little height variance. That's pretty cool. Could even go a little bit further with that, I don't know. Anyway, this is going to be like a shop space, right? So you probably want access to the shop. And thus, somewhere around here you're going to have a door. Okay, pick out that one. And then over here, you know, you'd have a door, right? Not bad, not bad. Maybe there's a little back area there and a window to the side of it. I don't know. Can all be changed, can be chopped and changed as we go along, basically. But just some ideas for you there. Then we've got a little space for a room over here. I think I'm going to have this solidly separated. Cool. Yeah, all coming together really well. Let's get this bit here filled in. Dang, and where do we go from here? Like, oh my gosh. I'm not even sure what to do with each of these, right? I just want something simple to start with. This very much is going to be a loading area, I think. So, this is going to load onto whatever goes across there. We're going to build up a nice... Oh, you know what will go great is a bit of scaffolding here and there. Totally forgot about that block. So, we're going to build up, like, scaffolding using whatever is over here. Our pallet is now awkwardly behind the truck. So I guess our first contraption is like, what happens up here? I think you can use a funnel to drop items off onto a different belt. And I think we're going to end up just literally doing that, like having the items go around in a circle, because I don't know if you can process wood into something else. Maybe wood into planks and then planks into something else. I'm honestly not too interested in doing the actual create contraptionage right now. I think I'm going to save that for our minigame portion of things. So it's more about like what looks interesting. You can look, you got the mechanical saw, you can do things. I forget, it's been like a while since we played with this. So that's what I'm looking for, this thing. I'm pretty sure you put something like that there and it drops the items down. Is that right, chat? Have I got that one correct? I'm going to get rid of stuff that I don't need right now. MFNC, thank you ever so much for the Prime. Appreciate it, my dude. Thank you for using that Prime subscription on me. Hope you're enjoying the stream and having a good time. Now, how do I get rid of a belt is a question. Probably with a wrench, I would guess. Okay, yeah, that definitely got rid of something. It seemed to have shortened it. And it seems like there's a cool... What's going on here? Is it because I'm holding shift? It's when I'm holding shift that it does it, right? Ponder the saw, maybe, says Cuplex. Good idea. Oh, so it's done with an item like that. Oh, we literally can put that in and it will turn it into a stripped log. Interesting. And then that turns it into planks. We can do that twice. Excellent, excellent. And then maybe into slabs, right? We just keep chopping it down. Whatever looks cool, I guess. So if we're going to bring things up here, then we need to drop them onto some belts down at this level. Assuming that the funnel does that, I guess we're going to do some serious experimenting. And we're going to have to hide some engines and stuff. Creative engines. I guess it could, like, turn the corner. Do I want to have this one off the... I think I want to have this one off the ground. So then you got the block there, and then... That's the output. Right, so the mechanical saw is here. Except it hasn't placed the way I wanted it to. Okay, we want it... I think it's attaching itself, yeah. So there's that. And then I guess... Yeah, break that. And we'll probably do something a little different there. But we're just trying to suss this bit out here for now. Oh, look at that. It's all off by one block. Terrific work. Terrific work. That's the way. Okay, bring that out, and then does it actually... Yeah, it connects to that. Right. This is something that's going to happen. There's going to be belts here that are higher up that will drop things onto this. I do like the position of it. I'm happy with the position of it. We're going to add... We add like extra poles off of this side. That's important. Now, I wonder if we can run this all off of one motor. Where's the creative motor at? It's over here. Because I remember it can get a little bit tricky. So that turns that, and it's going in the right direction. Wonderful. Now, if we add cogs, I seem to remember that it will go the wrong way. Whereas you add that and it goes the right way. Yes, okay, so that's actually super simple. So now any items landing on there should make their way all the way over to here. I'm just wondering if, again, we can use belt power to move things along, but I think aesthetically that's not quite what we're trying to do, so we can probably just get away with that for now. Yeah, we'll use a few more of these than we need to for now. Okay, so then we're going to be dropping on wood. I might use some command blocks to, like, spawn this stuff deliberately as well. Actually, we're going to be bringing in logs, right? I don't know how it deals with a stack at once, but... There you go, we've got some logs coming along. And they get stuck there. If I get rid of that... Wow, they pinged themselves off. And is it me, or does this need to turn in the opposite direction? So if we use a cog here... Now it turns it the right direction. So the cogs we probably want more on display and actually want to put on this side over here, is what I'm thinking. So the thing that automatically drops them off is not that. Oh, what's that? Use this instead? Encased... I mean, if it aesthetically looks good, we might. Yeah, that probably works aesthetically. Let's put another one over here. Oh, peeps are in the area. So, right, let's now turn our attention to aesthetics. This is a interesting next step because I've had like a thing in my head, like a feeling. I'm not very visual with what I want to build, is kind of what I realized. Like, I have a partial mind's eye for this stuff. Just partially. Okay, I can't seem to... The metal girder might actually look good in here. Well, look, they're right there, so that's good. I have like a partial mind's eye. Like I can sort of picture something, but maybe not quite with the Minecraft blocks. Yeah, so that's not it. But that way, right? Looks like a bit of framework or something. And what happens... Oh, do you know, I didn't pick up enough blocks, that's for sure. So what does this look like? Are we in a warehouse? That's the feeling I'm trying to get. We're in a warehouse. This is warehouse stuff. This looks normal. This looks structural. We know why that's there. Are we achieving that? Partially. This is where I need to get rid of my effects. Yeah, look at that. So we also need to include light sources here and there. Maybe for now there's just, you know, that line around here. This one over there. That one down here. Yeah, we just kind of want to get a feel for it when it's not too moody. This sort of feels okay. Need like some shapely blocks in here. I'm not quite sure what. Yes, definitely needs a crackling fire in a sawmill, says Cuplex. You got a point there. Might be worth using lanterns more so. But hey, we're just getting some light sources in to get started here. Okay, so if I go to the stairs... Oh yeah, there's also those ones. We're just looking for the combinations that kind of create a particular feeling. So like this is cool, but like what is it attached to is more the thing here. Like it's just attached itself to nothing basically. How do I rotate that? There you go. That's the way I wanted it to face. Where are... Oh, there's too many blocks here to juggle. And my palette is just all the way out there. That totally works. In fact, this now looks a little over-engineered on this side, funny enough. Like, I really want to have these frameworks at certain points, but now it kind of looks to me like my mind's eye is saying, you've over-engineered that. This open space down here is kind of cool. Definitely got to come back to that idea again. That's a nice idea. But that really does look much more like the trick. And I'm not sure if we can put too much more stuff on here. Now that, yeah, that's just too floaty, unfortunately. Then I brought over this, which kind of might have a little bit of a place here. Like, what happens when you... Yeah, okay, now it's super floaty there. Can we get you to place like you did before? That being a trim between this and the next one might be a good idea. So what if we can equally distribute these, and it creates a little bit of a barrier feeling. Now, there's this block which I wish they had a wooden equivalent of. You've got that, but they connect to one another if you want to use them as a post. Maybe that'll work for what I've got in my brain space right now. But if we come back here and look for those fences, and just try a couple of things here, like picture all of this being okay. Yeah, those connect to. Actually, I forgot about that. But that lines up and gives you that, right? Oh, maybe that's what we want to do. That's nice. What happens when we put one of these here? See, that lines up too. However, it looks a bit obvious, like what you're doing there, doesn't it? So I think we'll go for the fences, classic fences. You can see there's a reason to have a couple more of these here on this spot. And that gives us a reason to do the same thing we did over there again. Let's go ahead and grab this. And we've got our wooden brackets together, right? It's placing them the correct way around. Nice level of detail. Some like structural reasoning to all of this. So yeah, it's also created a little bit of like a barrier if you're up here working. So what we're probably going to need somewhere is a staircase down. So like, let's just remind ourselves that the workers need access to get down here. And that will look and make sense later on. But yeah, I actually think that looks really cool. And I think that the next one would probably be like here. And then one back there, right? Nicely evenly spaced. Can we put like a little more into this? Forgil says, I like this little bit of detail. Yeah, this is what I pictured. Like lots of finicky bits of like wood sort of holding things up was kind of what I had in my mind's eye. And I think we've actually found a way to do that. I want to grab scaffolding again. We also had Daniel7101 for 50 months saying big number. Isn't it just? Thank you so much for your support, dude. Really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the stream. I don't feel like that's going to fit in quite there, but scaffolding might have something to say here and there. Sometimes a few blocks and then like putting a crate on top of it in an odd spot can look good. So we'll leave it lying around as a reminder that it exists. Burps! Oh god, I just did some burps. How disgusting of me. I want to find a spot for this that makes sense too. I might just leave it there for now. Actually, it kind of just looks like a natural extension of that bit. Let's get our infamous fiery light source up here. A couple of those about the place. So now the engine, being creative, we probably want to hide it because that purple is just going to be like big and contrasty, right? But I guess here we want to do something a little different, which we might be able to do just aesthetically. I don't know. But for now, I need the tools of the trade. We need the belt. We need the shaft. Can I? No, I can't. I can just destroy it. I can just destroy it. So like that one's not actually needed. Like, can I start like that and will it look okay if we have one? In fact, it's probably good that we have it as one, just so it breaks up what we're doing constantly. Oh yeah, okay, so you're not actually placed there, you're placed here. So we could do something like a little different at this spot. If this is an opportunity to do something a little different, we should take those opportunities. Now, behind here, is that? How far back would I have to come to hide it, I'm wondering? Sort of looks somewhere around here. That is an opportunity to hide it, potentially. So, like, where that thing is. Yeah. Okay. Because this thing, like so... if we come back a little further... It's kind of unfortunate it has to go back so far. Maybe we can hide it closer is the idea. So, let's say we got that there. That'll actually be our engine that we're trying to hide. So, forget all of this back here. Means we get to put that there and this here, and then something on the corner. Which I think there's a block for. It's probably the gearbox. It's the gearbox. Yeah, doing its thing. Now here's where I think this would probably look a little better if it were all raised up. That's the wrong block. We want that thing. So we're going to come put that here. Okay, I'm going to have to grab a block now, aren't I? This might be a job for the scaffolding. So you have a little bit of that there. Oops. Now can that be placed on top of that? It can. Gearbox in the corner. Now with a little few extra blocks around that, I think we could make that look really cool. Whoops. Curl says the space is divided nicely now. It is, isn't it? And we've got to keep this going pretty much all the way across. Let's go grab our fences. There's a little bit of tarnish going on here, a little bit of wear and tear on occasion. Don't overdo it though. This goes all the way across. Maybe it too has a little bit of that jungle tarnish. Because, you know, it's in a factory, right? That's gorgeous. Yeah, that's really nice. I feel like it would be cool to have something to break it up here and there, like almost like maybe like a little lookout post, like a step up, look into the factory. I don't know, but we can always come back to that. There's going to be lots of dilly-dallying with details, I'm sure of it. This thing looks okay sticking up like that at the moment, but then the scaffolding here, to me, is a little lackluster, and we want to hide the creative thing a little bit more. So if I go to, hang on a minute, I'm forgetting how powerful this mod is. I can switch to sprue. Why have I not been using this mod more in this stream? Why? I demand answers. I completely forgot you can use it to switch materials like that. I designed this thing. What is wrong with me? Yeah, I think this might look a little better if it goes a little higher. And then you put something on top of it out of the create mod that's got an interesting facade or texture. Maybe this fan. Whoo, yeah, look at that. Now that's using some detail there. As for this bit, it is looking a little bit wimpy. Can't quite give it the same treatment. But we do have casing. So again, use the mods that I designed. Oh, it doesn't have casing. Okay, never mind. We'll just search it up. Like, just the one on the bottom, actually, I think. And we've achieved something. Maybe I find time this weekend to try it out. How long is it running already, says Raffi Warren? Like 6 days, I think it's been up for. And we're playing in creative mode with a world border. There's no mobs, there's no creation of survival farms. It's been, like, the concept here is to create a world that's a spectacle at the end. And thus, we're probably not going to run into issues with... you know, stuff breaking because loads of people are making crazy farms in survival. It's all about the aesthetics, and yeah, and so it should be like a much more stable experience too. And what we want to do is build one area, which is currently the industrial area, and then move on to another one. So each time we move somewhere, we get to like really refresh what we're doing. New build palettes, new concepts, link everything up with the train system. And there's some absolutely spectacular terrain to take advantage of. So this like first area might just be the biggest one, but we'll see how it goes, you know, with time. Yeah, this looks really good. I pictured us having some more pillars and stuff to hold things up, but it's kind of great as is. Maybe having something hang down would also be really cool. And that's probably where we would use steel girders. Hello. Now this thing, okay, we want that and that. Oh, does it? That's actually not the thing, is it? Okay, so like, come over here, remove that. Do this. Ah! I will figure this out. I mean, that looks pretty solid, doesn't it? I really like that, actually. That's awesome. Maybe here's an idea. Like, let's have this thing continue and like make use of it. So like when it comes over there, it's going to be a part of that. But then what we'll do is just have, if I can align this correctly, just have another one come down here to like hold it up. Factory building is fun. Who would have thought? Yeah, that looks great. And if we just keep it going for a second, there'll be another one here. Not quite there. I'm learning how to place these blocks. Oh, it looks so good, doesn't it? It looks so good once it's like hooked up to a couple of things. So the belt will go like here to there, And then, you know, we might actually literally be able to take advantage of that sort of tension further on. And that's got just such a nice composition to it as well, just this thing going sort of across. So at either end there might be an engine for it, right? So I know it's actually already got its pull coming from somewhere else. But let's say we put a gearbox just at the back here. See, I'm softly learning a few things again about these blocks, which is cool. Because, like, if I put the... Yeah, now we've got a fan over here, like... We can hook those up at certain points. Got to remember that. Look out for a spot where it being animated could be pretty cool. Anyway, it could come down, and we could put it in some casing, and then it could go into something that just animates in a pleasant way. Doesn't have to really do anything. Like, maybe this mechanical press, it could just... Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, maybe that one doesn't work, but we might find one that does sort of sit here and look vaguely interesting, even if it's not actually doing anything. Most of our mechanical rotation ones are around the top here, it would seem. Oh, can't forget about the chute as well. The chute. Like, where would this go? That's actually, I think that's actually the thing. Like, you would do that, right? But that don't look very good. So I'm going to go leave this down here, which we were supposed to do earlier. And maybe not rush this, but definitely feels like there could be something of interest over there. That looks incredible. Maybe we'll try and do this sort of like hanging down thing elsewhere too. It's really cool. The hand pokey thing does poke when empty. Yeah, I'm sure a bunch of them work when they're empty. Cuplex says, oh yeah, X, you should take a quick look at the train station display board. We can totally do that. Are there any mods we aren't allowed to share in the mod pack? As if to reveal their name, even if someone asks directly, says Lucro. We'll probably get the mod pack like made up, as distributed or something soon. I was supposed to ask a friend about that, but I forgot. Let's fly around and have a little look at what else has been going on today. I'm not sure where people were building, but if you want to grab my attention, come fly in front of me. I think this has definitely been built up today, hasn't it? And it's really cool. Love the use of sandstone at the bottom. That's really nice. Great details. Post office up there. That's a cool looking thing. That's like a literal... Oh, if you put these around as the, like, post office... What am I saying? If you put them around as... post box. It's just a post box. Yeah, a few of those here and there will look terrific. Oh, and I love the railing on the outside. Dang, that's a real nice one. That's a real nice trick with the details. Dang. Cool, we got the lumber yard over here. That's going to be fun. I think I'm going to go for like some sandy textures on the bottom of that one. We saw this earlier. That was amazing. Amazing job, Cuplex. Ah. This is where we're heading to over here. This thing in the middle feels kind of developed. Look at that. Look at that. It's got like an outside area too. Awesome. It's super fascinating to fly over here and see Garth like chipping away at this. Dang! Dang, look at that! Grand Derp Central. What a beautiful name. Oh, that's cool. Love that. Ah! Flew into something. I'm now wondering... Because those just blinked. Oh! Oh! I'm now just wondering if this stuff like has like actual connectivity going on as part of the create mods features. I don't know. Oh, something just arrived. Something just arrived. And it sent a signal. Did it update the board? Which one is this? What train is it? Carriage contraption. Is it on the board? That's amazing. I don't know if that actually works. I wouldn't be surprised if Create gives you the means to do that. And look, we've got these little things popping up all over the place now. God, this place is looking so gorgeous. Dang. I tell you what's going to be really fun as well is when we get to a point where we do a pass on everything. You know, like when it's finished and you like fly around and throw in loads of little extra details and stuff, like, and you spot little bits like this. I'm looking forward to all of it. It's going to be so much fun. So, I wasn't expecting to get a crazy amount done today. I think these outside ideas took up a fair bit of time. And then I thought we might have got more done in here, but I'm really happy what we have done because it looks quite sort of doable. I just kind of realised though, like the alignment of these might want to line up with these edges here. I don't know, like there's a little bit more building to go on with this edge here, so we'll obviously see how that goes. And then we're going to have like the sawmill thing over. Oh, look at that! And the items got stuck on the belt. Oh, and then we're going to be looking at it with like literally items coming around. So what I'll probably do is create like a command block clock, and then it like summons an item every minute or something. So there's always like something flowing through, and then when it gets to the end, we'll actually just delete it. But that'll be our little secret, you know, just for the animations. That's what we're doing. So anyway, peeps, if you enjoyed today's stream, be sure to hit that follow button here on the Twitch, and stick around if you want to be a part of a raid. I'm wrapping it up here. Big thanks to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated and cheered. You are all appreciated. A big thank you to my mods, my patrons, and the people gifting subs as well. Pixel Riffs is still going at it. What a legend. We've got to go see how Pixel is doing. He's working on the big copper room over on Hermitcraft. Anyway, that's it from me. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.